We're live, and welcome to. I was just about to say Three Old Dudes, but it's not. No, welcome to welcome to Simon no茶の間 channel, and our special guest, all the way from sunny Chiba, which is dark now, but anyway, from Chiba, it's Ozzy Awesome.
Hey guys, how's it going? Nice to be. Am I the third guest on this show? What number am I? I'm the third.
I have one viewer. Oh, yes, you're the third guest.
Yay! And Santa's ready. All right, Santa's watching us. So
Santa's
cool.
always ready.
Yeah.
We sweated in that outfit. Yeah.
Right. Cool. Awesome.
Right. Tonight on the Simon no茶の間 channel, we're going to have a sake hot shot challenge.
Right.
And, just before we get into that, out of curiosity, I never really thought about it before I set up this whole thing, or we set up this whole thing. Are you okay to drink alcohol, given that your current type 2 diabetes? Is that what's happened there?
Yeah. So, well, 3 months ago, I made a video saying that I got diabetes, type 2 diabetes and stuff. And I've been going to the hospital every month after that to do like a checkup to see, like I was prescribed this certain medicine 3 months ago, and then each time, but I didn't have to do insulin. So my type 2 hadn't gone that bad. So over each month, since I've been exercising and I've been eating well and things have been looking good, my results are actually getting better and better each month. So my last visit was 3 days ago, and basically the doctor actually reduced my medication, which means I'm improving greatly. And I also asked about alcohol because we were thinking about doing this show. So I just wanted to make sure that, like, I haven't actually drunk much since the 3 months. I mean, I have a couple of times, but this is I wanted to make sure, just because today we're going to drink a lot. So my doctor said it's not bad to drink once in a while, but you shouldn't be like regularly drinking, which is good because I'm not a big drinker anyway. So I think it's okay because it's like a rare occasion. And then I was researching, Googling what alcohol is good for diabetes. And they said no alcohol is good for diabetes, but like harder liquors like vodka and whiskey and sake and shochu and stuff, they have less carbs and less sugar. So because the sugar gets turned into alcohol. Because I thought rice wine would be the highest because rice is really bad for you when you have diabetes. But actually sake, rice wine, the rice turns into alcohol, which removes the sugar. So sake is actually not bad at all compared to like beer or cocktails or whatever. So actually I decided to get this for today. So this is my bottle. I put it in this thing because this looks more like Japanesey with this little pour thing. So yeah, I'll be drinking from that. And so I can drink today, so that's cool. And how about you? What are you drinking today?
Right, actually, this is the one sake that is currently available in Belgium in any of sort of easy way to get it. It is Kurimatsu Hakushika Junmai Ginjo, which is rather smooth and good quality.
Okay.
Yeah, this is about $10 for half a liter, which is quite a lot of money compared to my bottle of wine in the fridge, which cost me about $5.
Right. This is a small bottle. I don't know how much is in here. I would say maybe not even 500 milliliters, like 350 milliliters, like almost like a can of Coke. But this was $2.99, so $3. So not very expensive. So it's okay.
Oh,
it's kind of worth it.
Get some and send it to me.
Yeah, this is and I most people wouldn't drink the whole bottle at once, so I would guess shared between 2 people for $3. It's not bad at all, right? So yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Apparently, we're not being seen. We're just being heard by Mashu and Rena, but everybody else can see and hear us. But I think it's their internet in their apartment. Okay. You need to stand outside and hold a coat hanger up, Mash.
Yeah. Also, Frederick asked if Munna and Sayaku are still a couple. The answer is yes, they are, but because Munna has an international business, they're doing a long distance relationship. Munna still lives with me on and off. He's here once in a while. And Sayaku found a new job. She's now working for actually she's working for a sake company, not this one. She's like a spokeswoman for a sake company in Tokyo. So they're still together, just long distance. So
They're
hopefully that
united.
answers your question.
They're united.
Yeah.
They're as one.
Yeah. Love has no bounds. So they're still together in spirit.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm going to sort of break the ice and peel
Okay.
off my cover. Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
Are you do your viewers know what's the plan today? Like what we're doing today?
Ah, that's a good point. Well, I mean, I sort of kind of explained it in the video,
Okay.
in the advert,
Okay.
but yes, what I shall be doing is this is based on a show that Oz saw and told me about and thought it was a good idea. Hot Ones is the show
Right.
where we each the interviewer and the interviewee prior to being asked a question have to eat hot wings, and as each question is asked, the hot wings get progressively hotter with a hot sauce. But given that the fact that I can't stand spicy stuff, we decided to change it into sake. So what will happen is I will open my sake like this.
Okay, I'll start pouring my first shot.
Yeah, I'm all sort of rather
ready.
Not very Japanese. Okay,
that's okay.
That's my shot. I'm not quite sure if that's my dirty fingernails.
Okay, I have it in there. Okay.
Okay. All
right. So that means. So can I ask a question? You ask the first question, and then do we drink before I answer or after I answer?
Let's drink before. Well, I'll drink before.
Okay.
And you drink after, as
okay.
relief.
Okay, there you go. So you're gonna drink and ask a question. Okay.
Yes. Fair enough. So kanpai, okay. Everybody.
I'll hold it, but kanpai.
Oh yes, I could enjoy it. I might do this for future shows as well.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's only number 1 though. Remember, you still have 9 more shots to go, right?
Oh God, I'm going to have to phone my son to tell him to cycle to me. I can't pick him up in the car. Okay.
All right.
Right. I shall. The first question is.
Yes.
There we are. Woohoo. I'm back in my living room and I'm surrounded by the beauties of Japanese nature.
Nice background.
Which areas of Japan would you most like to visit that you have not seen already?
Well, actually, looking at your background, I don't think I've seen any of those. So I'd like to visit all of those, but I don't know where they are.
And but, I can't remember.
Okay. So when we figure that out, that'll be part of my answer. But I guess not seeing those pictures. I've traveled. Well, I used to live in Hokkaido, so I've been all the way north, and I've lived in Nagoya, and I went all the way down to Kyushu, all the way to the bottom of Kyushu. So I've seen most of main Japan. I think the only place I haven't been yet is what's it called? Okinawa. So Okinawa is I think on the top of my list of places I want to go in Japan. And I guess I don't know I don't even know my geography that well, but there's another island near Okinawa that's supposed to be really amazing and has like lots of unique plant life that's not available anywhere else in Japan. I don't know the name at all, but there's whales and dolphins, and there's like plants that are like, I think they even have like meat eating plants kind of thing and kind of like stuff like that. So cool. I kind of want to see that, but I don't know the name of it. But probably those are the 2 places I haven't been that I want to see. So I guess I'll drink now. Is that cool?
You will drink now. Yes.
Okay. All right. And also I want to answer a question. Hold on. Okay. Not bad. I want to answer a question. I think that Frederick asked again. He's Tai Naka asked, do you see Kei-san anymore? So she's been really busy. She's actually getting really famous, I guess, right? Because her new album's out and she signed with like a company and she changed her image and her channel name and all that stuff. She's been emailing me a few times, and she actually wanted me to be on some YouTube collab at the YouTube studio with her in Tokyo, but that's when my sister was in town and we were out of town, so I couldn't meet her. But she invited me to join her for another filming of. I'm not even sure what the filming is, but she's doing some collab with some like television celebrity from Japan somewhere, and she wanted me to be on the show, and it's going to be in the middle of May, so I might be joining that one. I haven't confirmed that yet, but I haven't seen her face to face since we filmed that strange zombie or whatever it was video together. The what was it, the Tokyo Ghoul? We did a Tokyo Ghoul thing. Since that, we haven't met, but we've been emailing back and forth here and there. So
yeah,
please
get some
and I will get
footage.
sure. Yeah, I plan to. So, but yeah, it should be middle of May, but I can't guarantee that. I'm not sure, but hopefully she's awesome. So I'd like to see her again. But yeah, cool. All right.
Okay.
On to shot number 2. All right, I'm gonna pour
Let's have a look. What's
yours.
on my list? I shall quickly pour my sake shot.
Okay.
Okay.
It's already fun. I've only had one shot. Cool.
Yes, you're having stinky poo poo diarrhea soon. Yes.
I'm a really cheap drunk now because I hardly ever drink. I haven't drunk since like January. So I have a feeling by the end of this show I'll be either on the ground or like the camera will be like covered in my vomit. But we'll see. All right, see what happens. All right.
Here we go.
All right.
The next question.
Okay. Oh, nice map.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right.
Okay.
Ozzy, if you knew then what you know now about Japan, would you have still chosen it as your Asian country of choice for work experience?
So kind of what that means is, would I have still chosen Japan had I known what it's like?
Yep.
I guess, right?
Yep.
Yes and no. I would have chosen Japan if I knew I was definitely going to Asia, just because, like I expected, it was the safest bet when it comes to teaching and money and lifestyle and living. I knew out of all of Asia, Japan has the least risk, and this was the first time I left Canada. So for me, I was scared. I've never lived abroad ever, so for me, I didn't want to just go into like somewhere where I don't know what the country is like, especially since I was so ignorant. I had no idea what Asia is like at all. Like even when I first came to Japan, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what people wore. I thought maybe there's like maybe one McDonald's in the whole city or something. Like I had no idea. So when I first got here, I like honestly like little stupid things like I don't know if they have razors here. So because I don't know if Japanese people shave, so I brought my own like set of razors and stuff like that. And then I realized like everything here is much more modern than it was in Toronto. But because I came the first time I came was 2003. So this is before Facebook and YouTube and you know a lot of the stuff that everyone knows. It's a small world now, but like at that time I didn't know much about Japan and I wasn't into anime or manga or anything like that. So I just basically picked Japan because it seemed like the most safe and rich of the Asian countries. And so I don't regret choosing Japan for that reason. What I would say is if I knew now what my future would hold, kind of like in terms of job and lifestyle and everything, I might not come to Asia. I might have like decided to do like a quick like backpacking thing across Europe, or like do something in like South America for like volunteer in South America or in Africa for like half a year and then come back and get back to my own life, because I didn't realize that leaving Toronto for so long, when I did decide to come back, it was so hard for me to get back into society, like not just finding a job but like finding an apartment, and my friends had all moved on and gotten married and had kids, and I was coming back.
There were no electric toilets in Toronto.
Right. And there was no camera phones yet either at the time when I went back. So it was like, wow, it's like going back into the past. And it was also like, but people had moved on and I was still kind of going back to the place where I was stuck at. So had I known, I would have either come to Asia just for a very short time or gone to a different part of the world and then come back quickly. But I'm in Japan long term now, so I'm happy with that, which is fine too, because it could have been either or. So I don't regret coming to Japan, but if I did do a do-over, I might consider not coming to Japan and try to stick to my country. But then at the same time, then maybe my life wouldn't be as fun and adventurous as it has been, because the last 15 years of my life has been so crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can hardly. I mean, no offense to Canada. Well, I probably will offend Canada now, but I mean, you know, I can't imagine Aussie Awesome all about Canada. You know,
right.
Crazy things that happen in Canada. Not.
Not really. Yeah, there's not much. I mean, Toronto is a good city. It's a fun city if you want to live, and they have like fun things, but it's not like super interesting that the whole world is like, wow, Toronto, I wish I could live there. You know what I mean? Whereas Japan is like that, right? Like everyone's like, oh my God, Japan, Tokyo, it's so awesome, Harajuku. So my life has been, and it's not even just working, not the work, and the people I met here are so awesome. And I met more people from different countries here than I would have met if I had lived in Toronto and stuck with my company and stayed in the same job and stuff. So definitely Japan was adventurous for me, has made my life much more interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if that answered the question, but
copiously it answered the question.
There you
go. I mean, I could reply that, you know, if I started making jokes about Belgium, I mean, I think I would lose subscribers. But
well, I mean, Europe is still kind of interesting because North Americans are still kind of interested in Europe. We don't know too much about it. I mean, we know about it, but we don't. Like, it's always interesting because I feel North America and Europe are so similar, but so different. So we are shocked at how different we really are, even though we should be similar. You know, it's a white man's world, both places, but it's a bit of a different white man from European man to North American. It's really fun and interesting.
I mean, my view of America and Canada, certainly in terms of geography, it's like Europe on steroids, basically. So
right, yeah, I guess so. Especially Texas, right? So yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. No matter what, I feel like you made vlogs anywhere in the world, another part of the world will watch it, just because they'll be like, "Wow, I had no idea that happens there." So I'm sure there's some crazy shit that goes on in Belgium that we don't know about.
Yes, I just don't get out much, basically.
right.
May the mediator, Finland. Yes, Finland. Yes, it's cold and dark up there with long evenings. I can imagine sort of crazy stuff happening there. Yes.
Cool. Oh, by the way, Tokyo Drew. I want to say hello to Tokyo Drew. He's cool. I've been watching his videos for a while too, and I saw his Hanami video recently too, so that was cool. And yeah, I'm gonna we'll talk about him later. But yeah, he's cool. So I'm glad you're watching Tokyo Drew.
Cool.
And I didn't know you're from Hamilton, so that's cool.
I watched his Oiran video, which was quite informative as well, which is good.
Okay.
You may drink now, Ozzy.
Yeah, I actually was drinking while you were talking about Belgium. I finished my second shot.
Yeah, I was as well. Just can't keep off it. You can't keep off.
We're already drunk. Okay, are we going for third now?
Yeah, we're going for a third. You may drink it again.
For you, not me.
I may drink again. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I think you're already drunk, man. All right.
Okay, right. Next question.
Yes.
Which this picture illustrates the next question.
Ew. So what is that?
That is a Japanese delicacy. It's a sea cucumber, and they're rather sort of.
What's a sea cucumber in Japanese? Do you know what it's called? I used to know. I can't remember.
Oh no, it's
uni is different, right? Uni is not.
Ume is the sea, but I have no idea what cucumber is in Japanese.
So a cutie is cucumber, but I don't think it's. I think it's called like nameko or something like that. Does anyone know? Does anyone in Japan speak Japanese know what that's called? Sea cucumber. I should have just used Google.
Drew has this on a stick every week. He should know.
Okay, so it looks really gross, and I've actually never seen it in Japan. Even I'm sure people eat it, but I've never ordered it, and I've never seen anyone around me eat it. Looks like
I mean, this is leading into the question. Yes, the question is, now that you have to watch what you eat, what foods do you miss most? And this probably not.
No, because that looks like a syphilitic penis, so I don't think I would be able to eat that. What was namako? Thank you, Tokyo Drew. Yeah, namako. That's called namako in Japanese. I keep thinking nameko or namakano, whatever, but namako. Okay, namako is sea cucumber, but I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen anyone eat it. So
It's all a con, isn't it? Really,
I don't
cut
think
a sea cucumber on the table and put it underneath, and bring out some like beef. Or something.
So I don't think I would ever try that. But sorry, the question was, what would I watch? What I eat? Say that again. Sorry.
No,
What was
now
the
that you
question?
have to watch what you eat, to be careful
of
with
my
what you eat,
sickness.
what foods do you miss most?
So actually, because type 2 diabetes, you're not really supposed to have carbs and stuff. I'm not supposed to have, at least a very little of it. You're not supposed to have rice or pasta or noodles or any kind of dough kind of thing. So breads and pizzas and stuff. So I used to eat a pizza, like I used to order like Domino's pizza like once a week in Japan. So pizza was one of my favorite foods. So I thought I would miss that the most, but I've had zero craving for pizza. And also noodles. I thought I love ramen, I love udon, but not eating those has been fine too. Even rice, even though I love curry rice, I still like curry, but I don't need the rice so much now. So I would say yeah, and even fruit. If someone says fruit is bad too, it's true. So Robert, okay. So Robert said also fruit, right? You're not supposed to have fruit. So which is right, true. It's sweet stuff too. But the only thing I'd say I would really, really miss, I don't really miss the salty stuff. I do miss the sweet stuff a bit, but not even the fruit. I think I really miss, and I thought I would miss ice cream because that was also one of my go-tos when I'm craving something. But the only thing I really miss for some reason is cupcakes. And like I don't know why, like even when I could eat cupcakes, I wouldn't eat them often. Like it's one of those rare things. Like there's this place in Harajuku. Remember, I think you went there too.
That's right. What was something bakery? Yeah, I can't remember the name. I went there with
it's closed down.
It closed down.
It's closed. Yeah, I went there to look for one with my sister, and it was gone. So it shut down. So I was sad.
I go to places and they close down. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Same with me. I have that bad luck. But that's the only thing I really miss. Even though I used to have maybe one cupcake a year at the most. But I just couldn't stop thinking about cupcakes every day. Like just looking at a cupcake is like, I need to have one. Like red velvet. I need a red velvet cupcake. But I think that's the only thing I really miss. And of course, Cool Ranch Doritos, because those are only available in North America and I can't find them in Japan. But the good thing is I'm allowed to have that once in a while. So whenever somebody from America or Toronto comes, I request a bag of Doritos, and I read the bag, and if I have 20 chips per serving is not so bad. So I count out the 20 chips and I put it in a bowl, and then I only eat those. So that's my like treat if I'm really nice.
So but you have a list of Facebook friends from America, and you go, "Are you coming to visit? Are you coming to visit?"
Yeah, please bring me Doritos. Yeah, Cool Ranch Doritos. My blood sugar spiked from my meds, so no carbs. Okay, yeah. So Robert has the same problem. He can't have carbs. So yeah, for me, like I've actually been doing really well because I overdose on vegetables. Like I didn't realize how good they taste if you make them right. So after being taught how to cook like stir fry and easy food that you can make within like 20 minutes, but it tastes like 10 times better than any food I could get at a restaurant. So yeah. So I think cupcakes is the only thing I really missed. And like I said, I'm allowed to have it once in a while, but I just haven't found a nice cupcake place. So Japan is not big on cupcakes, right? There's very few cupcake places.
Yes, I mean, around. That one in Harajuku was Magnolia Bakery.
Closed down. Magnolia. It closed down. So instead of that, I found one called Lola's Cupcakes. But it wasn't good. I tried it and it wasn't as good as Magnolia, so I was a little disappointed. But
Masha says, you can OD on vegetables. Yes.
in a good way. In a good way. You can OD on vegetables.
Yes. You have to have a special toilet.
Yes. Yeah.
You may drink now, Oz.
Oh yeah, I finished that. Okay. This is number 3, right?
That was third shot. Yeah.
Oh God. I'm not a fan of sake actually.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
We should have said which. I mean, I could have changed it to shochu of choice. Well, or,
yeah. But I was like, I might as well try it. It's okay. It's a little sweet, so that's good because I have a sweet tooth. But okay. All right. Are we on to number 4 now?
We're on to the question number 4. I shall. Here we go. Japanese and Canadian television. For all those who are wondering what these pictures are about, I shall top up to ask my question.
Okay.
Next question, Oz.
Yeah.
Which is better, Canadian TV or Japanese TV?
I've heard from everybody that both are really shit. But I'm gonna admit to you that I almost never watched Canadian TV when I was there because I can't even think of a Canadian TV show except for Degrassi Junior High, like from the 80s. But like there's one show, I think it was called Trailer Park Boys, that people loved, and I couldn't sit through more than 5 minutes. I just don't like it. And I never saw anything Canadian that I enjoyed watching. So I would have to say Japanese TV, because even though people complain about Japanese TV, they use the same like actors for every single show all the time. And it's just like a whole bunch of people sitting in the audience reacting, like extreme reactions, and it's a variety show kind of thing. Um it's so like, actually, yeah, Marshmallow Rena Berry, he just said it right. He said, I love random Japanese TV because it's so random. And I think that's why Japanese TV is better than Canadian, because you don't know what's going to happen when you turn it on. Like it can be anything from like something cooking something weird, or playing some weird game, or some kind of trivia about kanji, or showing a part of Japan that's really cool that I've never seen before, or like you see on that background picture of yours, somebody, two girls trying to suck up a fish. Is that?
No, it's actually that's actually. I'm not sure whether it's a cicada or a cockroach, but the sort of the competition is whoever blows the hardest in the tube is the winner.
Yeah.
The other one gets the cockroach in their mouths.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. Yeah, like you wouldn't find that on Canadian TV. So hands down, Japanese TV is better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like quality is better, but just like randomness.
Yeah, that's better. What Mashi was saying. It's just so random. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I since like doing YouTube and since discovering YouTube, I really haven't watched television. I pay God knows what a month for authors' rights to have a digital TV recorder, so I can.
The
only time I use it is when my parents come to visit, and the only thing they watch is like BBC.
BBC News, right. Oh, by the way, Ed tomorrow. Hi, how's it going? Howdy.
Hey, Ed.
Howdy, Texan. It's cool.
So you may drink now.
Oh yeah, I finished that. Yeah, so Japanese TV is even though Japanese TV sucks, it's better than Canadian TV, because that sucks even more.
Yeah, it's better than poking the eye with a sharp stick.
Yeah. And then Robert was talking about the detective show that is only in Canada or something. I think a lot of shows are filmed in Canada. Like even X-Files was filmed in Vancouver, right? And stuff like that. But actual Canadian show with Canadian talent and Canadian writers and Canadian story, I haven't seen that detective show, so I wouldn't know. But the only one I really remember was when I was a kid. There was a TV show called The Littlest Hobo about German Shepherd.
That's right.
And I don't know, I think that was a Canadian show. So maybe that's the only show I watched that I can recall that's Canadian. Yeah, and I liked it when I was a kid, but yeah. Compared to the shit. Yeah.
But budget lassie.
Right. But budget lassie, exactly. But it was okay show, but I wouldn't compare that to even Japanese TV. It still wouldn't do it justice. I think Japanese TV is way better.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. All right. And a drink. This is what, shot 4?
Wow. 4. We're still sitting straight. It's amazing.
Okay.
Right. I don't have a picture for this one, so let me go back to the izakaya.
I have. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, you have a picture.
No, I said you disappeared, but you're back.
I'm back. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Oh wait, let me pour out my next shot. Hold on.
Okay, I better pour out mine. We're enjoying this, folks. I don't know about you at home, whether you're drinking or not, but
yeah, you guys should it's actually the opposite of a drinking game. You know how drinking games, you watch TV and you drink when someone says something?
Yeah.
We're doing the opposite. We're like drinking something when we do something. Like it's so weird. It's so random. The viewers should be drinking, not us.
As long as we're not blowing cockroaches at each other, that's all.
Yeah, or blowing anything. I don't want to be blowing anything right now.
No blowing on the show.
Right.
Okay. Where was I?
We're on number 5, I think, right?
Oh God. Okay. This is why I was looking. I did look for photos, but they're just so damn many, and all of them revolved around sort of bodily functions. What is the weirdest thing that you find that Japanese people do?
What is the weird? They do so many weird things, but I mean, you mean like facial or body or like something
Anything.
in society?
It doesn't have to be like just social.
Right.
You know.
I would say the weirdest thing that I notice is, I mean, they do little small things that's weird that everyone notices. Like, and it's not even weird. It's like just part of the Japanese culture. Like when you point to yourself, you point to your nose, or when you're thinking, you tilt your head, or that kind of stuff. But I think one major big difference that I noticed that Japanese people do is they take a lot of time to make decisions.
Mm.
Like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like usually when something happens, you think about it, or you tell somebody. Like if someone says, "Hey, do you want to go to the beach next weekend?"
Mm.
Usually not normal. I mean, like non-Japanese people would say, yeah, sounds fun," or "Oh, I'd love to go, but I can't. I have to work," or "Let me get back to you because I need to check if I'm free that day," or something like that. So, but Japanese people will not say anything, and then it'll take forever, and then like 5 minutes, or like, I'm exaggerating now, but like the day before or like the day of, they'll be like, "I can go to the beach, where should we go?" And it's like it took 7 days for them, you know what I mean? Like I guess they don't want to say something, they don't want to make a decision right away, because they're
Mm.
scared that if they can't do it, they'll like lose face, or
Mm.
people will be disappointed in them. So I get it, but at the same time, it's so frustrating because it's so hard to make plans, or it's so hard to know, is this person actually interested or not?
Mm.
If I at least got some kind of indication, like, "Oh, I really want to go, let me get back to you," or "That sounds kind of alright, I'll think about it." You
Mm.
can tell by that reaction, maybe they do or they want to. But with them, it's just like, "Oh," and then nothing for like a week, and then out of the blue, "I'm sorry, I can't go, I have to work," or "Oh yeah, I want to come, where should I meet you?" Like
Yeah.
they take really long to decide, and then right at the last minute they decide, which isn't, I guess that's the way it is. I don't know, I just find it a little bit annoying
Mm.
sometimes. um
So
but I guess that's
I
just the
can't. I mean, I can't speak for Belgians.
right.
Generally, I mean, if if you say, we're going to do something, it's you communicate fairly rapidly, and through
Right,
chat or
right.
whatever, and a decision is made, and you do it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, when you get invited to a Facebook invite or something, you usually, I guess it's kind of like the maybe option, going or interested or not going. They're at the interested, but they don't click interested, because at least with the interested, you know that they might come, right?
Mm.
But there's no way to do that in real life. They're not clicking the interested button, so you don't know if they're coming or not coming, and you won't know. So it's hard to like really make plans until they get back to you, which is usually last minute.
Yeah.
So
You don't hassle them
yeah.
then. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. And I think I mean, like, there's small things here and there that are also different between the cultures, but I would say that's probably the thing that I find weird, because I guess in their mind they're thinking they should be polite, so they should not, say the wrong thing to you, because if they change their mind, then it looks bad. But
Mhm.
in my opinion, it's the worst. I mean, it's worse to not get back to you right away, rather, and keep you waiting and
Mhm.
not knowing, then just quickly tell you either way, yes or no, or even tell you maybe. But even they don't say maybe, they just kind of like, if it's face to face, maybe you might be able to do it, but usually, on like chat or whatever, when you invite somebody like on a text or whatever, they
Mhm.
just don't get back to you.
Yes,
So it's really weird.
I've experienced this. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's
So yeah, yeah. So there you
frustrating.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. There you
You may
go. So
drink now, Oz.
Okay, okay, all right. Oh man, I'm starting to feel like really hot now.
I'm sweating, but that's just because it's warm in here. Honest.
Ah,
Okay, we're ready for the
okay,
next question.
okay. Let me pour. Let me
Audience,
pour.
you're ready for the next question. Have you had your shot of sake, audience?
Yeah,
Right.
is anyone drinking along with us?
Yes, this is a question for all us YouTubers in the audience and out there, which probably everybody.
Yeah.
I'll just top up. Have my quick shot.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm reading the story that Robert wrote about the sniffing thing. Yeah, Japanese people sniff a lot rather than to blow their nose. And then somebody did that, and boom, he sneezed, and all the snot came out.
Ow!
Nice,
Ah!
nice.
Oh my!
Gross.
Yes.
That happens to my students a lot. All my kids do that. Like in my classes, all the kids are just, and then they sneeze, and then everything's booger all over their shirt. It's gross.
And
It's
yeah, and
gross.
you as the teacher have to clean up. Yeah.
No, I refuse. I give them a tissue, and I said, wipe your face. And I ain't touching that. Puke and snot, I can't deal with.
Okay.
Those are the two things. I can deal with pee and poo if something happens, worst case scenario, but I can't deal with puke and snot. Those are the two mucuses I can't deal with. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Next question. I have had my drink. I've had my drink.
Okay, cool.
Okay. The next question is related to this photograph, which is just some random photograph. Which Jvlogger, if any, do you currently watch the most? Yourself not included.
So when I first started YouTube, I actually started when I was in Toronto, and I started because I used to live in Japan and I didn't know there was a Jvlogging community until I left Japan. And so then I was so jealous that I could have been doing that from all along from the beginning, but I didn't know it was there. So I started making videos anyway. And I started making videos called Jisho Roulette, which is like where I would just take a Japanese dictionary, randomly open it up, and talk about a word that I found in there. So like a kind of mini Japanese lesson. At that time, I was living in Toronto and I was obsessed with YouTube and Japan vloggers. So I was watching every single person in Japan who made videos, because at that time, and that was 2007 or 2006. So YouTube was still new for, like, especially in Japan. There's hardly anybody making videos in Japan. So it was always like, like Tokyo Kuni and Give Me a Break Man and people like that. So, and then Ken Tanaka, I don't know if you know who that is, and Miss Hana Minx and all those people.
Tanaka brothers, yeah.
So I used to watch all of those people. But once I got to Japan, I still I made more videos because I'm in Japan, but I stopped watching most of the vloggers. I'm not gonna lie. There was two vloggers that I just continued watching no matter what. When I first got to Japan, and they were PDR. Duncan, PDR, yeah. And I used to still watch. Sometimes, not sometimes. Most of the time, I would still watch Chris abroad in Japan.
Oh yeah, Chris Broad, yeah.
And I really liked this guy named Dogen, who blew up recently. So when I used to watch him when he first kind of started out. But to tell you the truth, in the last 2 or 3 years, I've been making a lot more videos. I think since my output increased, I started making a lot more videos. I didn't have time to watch Jvloggers, and any time I did spend on YouTube was mostly like watching American YouTubers or watching the news or stuff like that. So I'm gonna say, if I have to choose a Japanese YouTuber, like actual Japanese person that's a YouTuber, I would probably say sometimes I don't watch Hikakin, sorry, the guy on there, and also that Japanese man Yuta. I'm not gonna comment on that, but I don't watch him. And
okay,
I'm gonna say why, but I'm not gonna watch him. I would say the only person who's a Japanese person I watch sometimes is Megwin. Once in a while. Megwin.
I was trying to think. Yeah. Looking for pictures.
Or sometimes I'll still watch PDR, although he's half Japanese, half British. But so PDR or Megwin. If it's like a foreigner who's in Japan, I'll watch once in a while. I'll watch. It'll depend on who pops up in my box. Like I'll watch TKYO Sam or Tokyo Drew when his video shows up, or somebody mentioned Shivers. So Shivers. Sharla, not so much. Rachel and June also not so much.
With the wrong demographic for watching Charlotte and middle-aged men. If you go to comments in the I feel even going to comments in Tokyo Lens's videos, I feel a bit awkward. It's all like 15 to 25-year-old women who are in comments.
It's a very like teenage Instagrammy. I love Japan and Harajuku style kind of girly thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not really into those channels. I don't know. I think like Tokyo Lens. After I didn't know about him until I think you interviewed him, whatever. So I really like his videos. They were cool.
Yes,
I watched a whole bunch of them.
He spends 9 hours editing them, so they should be.
Right. Yeah. I spend a long time on mine, but for some reason they're not as good edited, even though I spend just as much time. But I'm trying to think of someone who's not Japanese whose videos I still watch. Once in a while, I'll watch a
Kimushi's-chan. Yes.
Kimushi-chan once in a while, depending on the topic, or even abroad in Japan. I don't watch him as much. I used to watch him religiously, but I'll watch him once in a while if it's something that's kind of funny or unique. But honestly, like I don't really watch any Japan-based foreign YouTubers anymore.
No, you're not Japanese, Daniel. We know that.
So, yeah. Hey. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really watch any Japanese YouTubers, Japanese or non-Japanese people too much. Somebody who will pop up in my feed once in a while, I'll watch it if the topic is interesting. But I'm always more focused on what am I going to be doing for my next video. So all my spare time is thinking about that or going to different places and filming and that kind of stuff. So I guess I'm more of a creator than a consumer, I guess. Recently.
May was saying that she watches Michaela. Yeah, I occasionally watch Michaela. She's quite a good sort of.
Oh my God, Michaela! I used to watch her in the beginning, like also all the time. But once again, she's one of the people that she doesn't show up in my feed at all. So maybe that's why I kind of forgot about her. Like I wasn't even sure how often she makes videos anymore. But she's probably making regular videos. I just haven't seen one pop up in my feed at all.
And
all I get is.
Oh, sorry. Frederick is saying Eyes Munchies. Yes, I watch Frederick and I are devoted fans of Eyes Munchies.
I don't even know who that is.
It's a Japanese Tarento. And she makes cooking videos. But yes, so we watch those.
Okay. See, I don't know the appeal to food videos. I've never really gotten into either cooking videos or eating videos or. I mean, I do snack test day STDs, but even that, like, I don't actually enjoy watching videos like that. Like, so I'm not into like food and YouTube. Like for me, I like eating when I'm eating it, but I don't like watching people eating or watching.
I mean, if it wasn't I presenting this Munchies, I wouldn't be watching it either. But I mean, it's largely because of I. So.
Right. Fair enough. So, I'm gonna drink. I forgot to drink for my whatever it was. This last question, I already forgot. I'm so drunk.
Okay. Oh man. For the next
hello, Wasabi Cars. I know you, Wasabi Cars. There you go. Wow, there's actually a lot of people I know. Cool.
Right. The next question. This I mean, everybody knows quite a few people will know these people. This is actually from a video that I screen grabbed this from a video that they appeared in with Oz.
Yeah. We went to the horse racing together.
That's right. So I'll just have my shot.
Okay, go for it. I should pour my new one. What is this? We're up to what? What question is this? 6?
7.
We're already at 7. Holy
We're already at 7. Yeah, we've got 15 minutes to go, and I've still got nearly half a liter of sake.
Okay. We have like 3 shots left to go, right? 3 or 4.
Yeah. You'll be all right. Okay. Right. For those who don't know, and it says it on the screen, this is Kaidi and Eric of Kaidi. Yeah, and
Kaidi and Eric. Yeah.
And if anybody has not seen their videos, go and have a look. But be prepared to sit down for an hour because they make good videos. They make good vlogs, and there's a good sort of interaction going on. But they do it thoroughly. It's very thorough. They go and visit places. They were recently in London, and I saw recently they're now in Croatia. You know what they do for a living and how they can get that time off, I don't know, but they're very good. And the question is, Oz, Kaidi and Eric appeared in one of your videos. Do you think you could do an hour-long vlog like they do? And if so, who would be your Kaidi?
When you say 1 hour vlog, it means out and about or just sitting in my room?
Well, ideally out and about. 1 hour vlog sitting in a room, I'd be bored. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So if I was sitting in my room, I could easily do a 1 hour vlog, but no one would watch it. If I was out and about, I think I could probably do it. because that means it's very little editing. It's like I don't have to pick and choose. Because one of the problems I have with all my videos, like example, my last video where I showed my entire trip with my sister for the last 3 weeks, that was a 23-minute video. But honestly, it was actually a 50-something minute video that I had to like re-edit and re-edit and re-edit and cut down until I finally got it to 23, and I just couldn't make it lower because my aim was to make actually I was gonna call the video 17 minutes of Japan and 17 days in Japan in 17 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I couldn't get it to 17 minutes because there's so much fun stuff that I wanted to keep in there. And no matter how short I got it, the shortest I could get it was to 23 minutes. So I think I could actually make a 1 hour or 2 hour video easily if I didn't.
Unedited.
Editing would be much easier. Unedited, because I wouldn't have to cut it, right?
Okay.
But I just think my channel is not like their channel.
Yes.
So in my my channel is more like
Yeah.
I'm like an acquired taste. Like you need me in small doses. I think I'm too awesome to be that long. So I think I need like short doses of Oz is just enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just too awesome and then the day is gone.
Yeah.
So I think I'm better in short segments. So I probably wouldn't. I don't think I would do an hour-long vlog. And if I could have a Katie with me, who would be my Katie? That's a hard question.
Drew says pick him.
Pick me. Pick Tokyo. Pick Drew. Yeah, that would be fun. If I had to choose a girl, though, if I had to choose a guy, like everyone would be willing to join me. That's cool. But if I had to choose a girl, it's so hard because there's not many girls that I know that like YouTube. Because every single person I've either dated or been interested or like kind of either, like I said, my history, whatever, the girls I've been with, they're not big fans of YouTube. They don't really like making it or viewing it. So it would be very hard to find someone who is as dedicated as Katie is to the channel. Because Eric does the whole thing. It's his channel because he doesn't work. That's his channel. But Katie actually has a full-time job and she does it on the side, right? The YouTube. So for her to put in all that time along with Eric, man, I don't think I know anybody that knows me, that's friends with me, that's a girl. Not all these guys that are willing to volunteer, which is awesome. But if it was a girl, I have no Katie. I'd have another Eric, I guess.
Yeah.
So I have many Erics.
You would just have to wear your wig.
Yeah. I guess I would be the Katie, I guess. And so I would be the Katie, and I could find anyone like Tokyo Drew or Robert, or even like Wasabi Cars or anyone who's watching. Frederick.
There's a collaboration in the making. Hour-long vlog with Oz dressed as a woman and either Robert or Drew.
Yeah. You guys could be the guy. I would definitely be the girl, I guess. So
that leads. You can have me drink now because that leads nicely into the next question.
Okay. Oh man. Okay.
Okay. Right. On my multicam app, it says trans, which means transfer to the next backdrop. But it's quite appropriate. Trans. Here we go.
Okay. Well, is this like a transgender channel?
Yes.
Now I got it. Okay. There you go.
Okay. I shall have my shot.
Okay, I should need to form mine.
Leading on from who would be Kaide.
Yeah, I would be the Katie. Right. Whoa! My chair just flipped backwards. Wow, that was weird. Okay, I'm not drunk though. I'm okay.
All right.
Surprisingly, yeah. It's pretty good. By the way, the bottle that I bought is empty.
Oh God.
So, but I have enough shot. I think I have 3 shots or 2 shots or whatever's left worth in here still. So it was actually the perfect amount.
So the question is, Oz.
Yeah.
Given that from the beginning of your videos,
right.
I clicked on oldest first.
Yeah, one of my first oldest videos.
Dragging out the wigs and the dresses quite regularly. And the question is, do you sometimes secretly wear your wig and dress up in your girl's clothes and walk around Chiba?
No, but well, that's the thing. Like, I decided this is the thing that I want to get something straight. I don't have any problem with gay or lesbian or transgender. I love all that stuff. LGBTQ, good times. But one thing I've had a problem with is since I started making videos and I dressed as a girl, first of all, even before I dressed as a girl, I got always comments like, "Are you gay?" or whatever. So everyone just assumed that I was gay. And then when I started wearing wigs and making girl characters, it became even more like, oh, this guy's definitely gay. Um, so I had over the years, over the last 8 years or 9 years that I've been making videos, I've not lost subscribers, but I've confused a lot of subscribers because they don't know if I'm gay or not, and they don't understand what's my thing with wigs and dressing up as girls. And the main thing, the reason I started it, and I read two reasons. One is when I dressed as myself, like a regular guy, and I started talking, I was still very shy at the time. I was still like I wasn't a YouTuber. I wasn't a outgoing person. I was an extrovert. I was very introverted, and I just even when the camera, I was shy in front of the camera. I was very camera shy. So if I didn't, I took them down. But some of my oldest videos that are not available anymore, like they're just cringe. So they're so cringeworthy. They're hard to watch because they're like so boring, and I'm so monotone, and I have no excitement in my voice at all, and my face looks like I'm like high or something. And then once I started doing characters, like I dressed as an old man and I dressed as a girl and stuff, for some reason naturally it becomes more like Munna, for example. Munna and Sayaku and Tanaka-san and all the people I dress as, the characters, I actually, even Butakun, my puppet, like whenever it's not me by myself in my own clothes, my character, my personality is just much more upbeat for some reason. It's not even like I don't even do it on purpose. It just happens. It's so weird. So, and then the other thing is I have no friends. I had no friends in Toronto, especially no friends who like YouTube or are interested in doing YouTube. So all these stories I wanted to talk about of Japan, things that happened to me or whatever, I couldn't use anyone. I didn't have any people to do skits with. So it was up to me by myself. So I was kind of forced, rather than just talking about, oh, then she said blah 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 blah, and then I said blah blah blah, I rather act it out with somebody, but nobody wanted to be in my videos with
Nobody
me.
wanted to wear a wig.
Nobody, not even no girls didn't even want to be in it. They just have to be a girl, and they're already a girl, but they didn't want to play the character. So I asked my friends, I asked my coworkers, I asked some of my family members, but no one was interested in being my videos, guy or girl. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just do it myself. So I went to the dollar store and the thrift store, and I bought a whole bunch of dresses and wigs and weird makeup and shit. And I just started being different characters on my own. And about the if I wear it out in public, I only wore it out in public once, maybe twice. But once was I made a video, a parody of Adele, the song Hello.
Yes, that's right.
And that's the first time I dressed as a girl and walked around Chiba City. And it was crazy because I was getting so many looks, and all these like old Japanese women were like following me around and staring at me because they thought I was like some kind of pervert. So like I was in Chiba Park, and I was filming the scene where she's like singing like the Adele part that she's singing like in the middle of the park or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was doing that part, and like all these ladies were doing like just standing out talking, and they were all staring at me and kind of following me around the park, making sure I don't like abduct children or something. So that's the only time I've done it in public.
Yeah, I mean, regarding that, I mean, yes, yes. I mean, you're a kindergarten teacher, so I mean, yeah, there's a sort of certain amount of, you have to be circumspect. I should
say. Yeah. Luckily, all my schools are in Tokyo or far away from where I live, so I'll have no chance running into my students or their moms or anything. So it's good. But
sensei.
Yeah. They would not be happy. So, but yeah, I don't really feel like. I don't know. Some people are so shocked, like, oh my God, why do you wear those wigs and why do you wear the girls' clothing? Is not fucked up. But for me, it's like, no, not really. It's just like playing another character. It's like not a big deal. Like I dress up like an old man, or I dress up like an old woman, like my neighbor. I made a video about my neighbor and I dressed as an old lady. But like for me, it's just a way to tell a story. I don't think of it as, oh my God, transgender rights or making fun of gay or lesbian or anything. I don't even think about the whole sexual orientation aspect of it. I'm just, because it's not supposed to be me that's in that blonde wig. It's supposed to be that character. Like it's supposed to be a blonde girl. It's not supposed to be Oz dressed as a girl.
That's right.
So
yes.
for me, it's not really offensive
No,
or
I mean,
anything.
Frederick is in
Yeah.
the firm belief that Sayakun is a real person.
Right. So I don't know. By the way, Tokyo Drew just asked what area in Tokyo I work. Every day I go to a different part of Tokyo, or different part of Chiba. So I work in a place called Kitasenju one day, and then I work. Where else do I work? I work near Usui and near Narita and Chiba, and then another day I work near Ueno, and then another day I work near Minami Nagarayama, which is I don't even know what that part of Tokyo that is,
I've
but
never heard of
yeah,
that
every
part.
day I'm at a different place. Yeah, they're all over the place. So I just go to a different area each day. So yeah, I'm a traveling
you
teacher.
may drink now, Oz.
Yes. Oh my God, this is number 8, number 9.
That was number 8. Number 9 is coming.
Okay. So
coming up forthwith. I shall have to change back to my. I appear to be melting into the background. This is a guy.
all right. I have to go. I'm actually taking Maple for a walk right after we're done. So
wandering out.
It's gonna be an interesting walk. Maple's gonna have fun today.
Okay.
Right, Maple?
This is the question number 9. I don't have a picture for this one. I mean,
Okay.
in our pre-show discussions, I said, "Oh, you can use this, that, and the other." But I mean,
Yeah.
I was up till late last night finding all these pictures, so I didn't have time. But here we go.
All right, number 9. Wow, we're almost done.
This is a relatively serious question, but given our current state, it may not be. Right, Oz, having been married to a Japanese woman and in relationships with Japanese women, what is your view of women in Japanese society in general?
In general, well, that's the thing. I don't know because so I like if people don't know, I was married to a Japanese woman and got divorced and whatever. But then I dated other Japanese girls, and they were so different. That's the thing. Like, I can't really generalize on any of them because the girl that I was married to was a nice person, very cool, but also very strange and not a typical what people consider a typical Japanese person. She was very direct. She was very aggressive and very like do this, do that, and this is what I want. This is like usually Japanese people don't say what they want and they kind of like skirt around the issue. So it was very opposite to that, and very, very like headstrong, very stubborn kind of person. But then the last person I dated was not like that. Very like run for the hills and kind of avoid every issue kind of person. So the only thing I could say about Japanese girls that I've noticed from all the ones that I've dated or tried to date or kind of dated is it's the mystery. Like it's hard to read. They're girls, and maybe that's a general thing around for girls because that my girlfriend in Canada was similar, I guess. Like I guess all girls around the world are similar in that way. Like it's so hard to read, but I guess Japanese girls it's harder to read what they're thinking. I can't tell if they're happy or not. I mean, you can tell to a point, but like sometimes you like think everything's going well, and then just suddenly boom, like everything gets flipped around, and you're like, what? Well, how did that happen? Like that escalated quickly. You know what I mean? Like you don't think anything's wrong, and then boom, something happens, and you're like, what? For 6 months you didn't tell me this, and you've been thinking this. Had you just told me like 6 months ago, this would not be happening. You know what I mean? And I guess it goes back to that thing I was saying before, where you asked me what's weird about Japanese people is like they don't tell you right away, so it's kind of like you won't find out till like the very end. So I think the same thing, like Japanese girls I guess hold it in. They don't say what they're feeling or thinking until they can't take it anymore, and then they explode. And by then it's like, oh my god, then you have to run. So like they're dangerous. So I don't know, maybe I don't know how to answer that, but yeah.
Well, I certainly couldn't. I mean, you and I have had sort of similar experiences in that sense. But yes, it's like Drew was saying in the comments. It's mixed. I mean, like you were saying, you can't. Each one is different, I suppose. Yeah. No
Right.
comment, says Mashu. Yes. Rena is sat there next to
Yeah,
us.
she's sitting next to him going, you better not type anything. So yeah. I mean, I love Japanese girls. I love Canadian girls. I love every girl. Girls are awesome. They're awesome. But I get along with girls fine. Most girls, because I have a very apparently non-macho masculine personality. So I seem to get along better with women than I do with men.
Me too.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess that's just the way it is. But yeah, I think I still haven't figured it out, like what I'm supposed to say or do when certain things happen. So I'm good with being with girls. I'm just not good at keeping them happy. I don't know. I guess.
Yes.
So
that.
I
Yes.
guess.
You
Yeah.
may
Okay.
drink
I'm gonna
now.
drink now. I'm gonna drink because I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Right. What was my last? Hang on. I'll have to pop out.
We're on the last question now.
We're on the last question now. And
Right.
just before we ask the last question, I shall put this backdrop up, and everybody can meditate. Right, cross your legs, everybody. If you're sitting comfortably, cross your legs and say Om. There we go. There we go. So right, I have to have a drink now.
Okay, I've got mine ready. It's actually the last of the down to the last drop. It was perfect for 10 shots.
Well,
exactly 10 shots.
I've got quite a lot left, but
that's for your next. That's for your next guest.
Yes,
next week.
Next week I'm having Chokochi on the show. She and I will have to drink sake.
But Marshmallow Rina Biri wrote, Rina is a dream girl, perfection in a tiny body but long legs. I have a feeling Rina wrote that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Or Matthew under duress. There we go.
Yeah. Or she told Matthew what to write, and he just typed enter.
A bit of a slur. My voice was slurring.
Oh, really?
Meditation.
Are you getting a little red? I think you have a little bit of that Asian redness.
Yeah.
Right.
So I should be funny.
I'm actually okay.
I'm going to be funny about my son after this.
Brown people don't get red, so we're good. So I'm okay.
So yes, yes, this is what I mean. Not being a Buddhist, not being of any religious persuasion,
right,
and not really sort of taking on board, this person was divinely plopped onto the earth by some sort of extraterrestrial, transcendent being as their manifestation on earth, blah blah blah.
Right.
The Buddha was a bloke. There's a lot I don't agree with about Buddhism, and Buddhism, as in its current condition, is pretty much not what the Buddha envisioned. But I like the chap for at least saying this: believe nothing, no matter where you read it or who has said it, not even if I have said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and common sense. And for a religious figure to say that, it's pretty cool. But that has nothing to do with the question.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, that was a complete waste of time.
But yeah, just a bit of cultural, and leavening in the show. Here we go.
Fair enough.
Okay, the question is, hang on, here we go.
Yeah. All right, you're on your. Is that your 10th shot?
That's my 10th shot and last.
Congratulations! Yeah.
I don't feel drunk. I'll get up and fall over in a minute, though.
Yeah.
Who is the most annoying at your door? Soka Jehovah's Witnesses, or NHK?
Okay. Before I answer that, I've actually never met any Jehovah's Witnesses in Japan. No one's approached me. I have been approached by NHK at my door a couple of times. I've been approached by Soka Gakkai, whatever SKG, whatever they're called. And actually, if believe it or not, I've been approached a lot more by Mormons rather than either of those. So I guess I'll go one by one. NHK, I don't actually think they're most annoying. Actually, the funniest story I have with them is NHK came to my door and I wouldn't really answer it. I would just kind of pretend I'm not home. But then one time I accidentally answered it because I just didn't even check who it was, and I opened the door and it was an NHK guy. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm from NHK," and I pretended I don't speak Japanese well, so I don't know what he's saying. But he basically said, if you watch NHK TV, you have to pay money, And then I said, I don't know NHK. But at the time, I was wearing my T-shirt, and my T-shirt is a Domoku T-shirt, and Domokun is the mascot for NHK. So he looked at my shirt, and I was like, oh shit. So I was like, well, I know Domokun, but I don't know NHK because I don't have a TV. And I don't watch TV, so I don't have a TV, so I can't pay for NHK. So he kind of didn't believe I didn't have a TV. But I said I didn't have cable. Actually, I didn't have cable, so I couldn't actually watch TV. So I was like, I swear I'm not lying. So he forgave me, or he understood. But he was a nice guy. He opened up his file and he gave me like stickers of Domokun, like a pad of Domokun stickers. I was like, okay, well, and thanks anyway. Here's some stickers. So that was nice of him. And then I also like this is another Domokun thing I have. So I like Domokun. He's cool, and he is the NHK mascot. But yeah, I shouldn't have been wearing the T-shirt when I answered the door. But so that's one thing. Like I said, Jehovah's Witness, never met them in Japan. The Soka Gakkai, I actually meet a lot. I think I met one like 3 or 4 days ago, actually. And they're really friendly. They're really nice. I like them in terms of they have a nice personality. They're very outgoing. They're very friendly. The only thing I would say is they're very, very persistent. So they can't get the hint that you're not interested. Like, even if you make excuses, when if you make an excuse like, I'm sorry, I'm busy, I don't have time, I can't come. Most people will get the hint. I'm like, oh, okay, well, thanks for your time anyway. They don't get that. They're like, oh, okay, so you said you're busy. So which times are you not busy? And I'm like, all the time. They're like, well, how about Friday at 6? I'm like, no, I'm going to be busy that day. Like, how about next week, Friday at 6? I'm like, yeah, every Friday for the next year. I'm gonna be busy at 6, and they're like, okay, well, what about Sunday? Or like, we could come to your house. I'm like, oh, no, thank you. And
what
then
you have to do is wear a T-shirt of the opposing Buddhist sect.
Right, to like show them, sorry, I'm like Bloods versus Crips. Like, sorry, I'm with this gang. But no, like, so I feel like they're actually nice people, so I don't get annoyed by them. I'm not interested. And they keep wanting me to go read the thing that Marshmallow wrote, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, which is fine. I don't judge people who are religious. That's fine. They can do what they want. I'm just not interested. And they're just very persistent. So it kind of gets a little annoying, but I'm good at just smiling and nodding. And yeah, I'll contact you. Don't worry. I'll call you. Don't worry. And then I just kind of run away.
Yes, you developed that.
Yeah, the Japanese thing.
From living in Japan.
Yeah, I picked it up. And then the thing that I think the biggest and most annoying was Mormons, because the Mormons is always like one white guy from Utah, and he's paired with a Japanese guy. So it's like the cookie cutter nice boy, like Matt Damon looking guy from America with the nice like Keanu Reeves looking guy from Japan, and then they're together wearing nice like dressy clothes with the little tags, like elder, whatever their name is, and they're nice people. But they're not persistent, but it's just weird because one time I was walking my dog, and they were like, oh, cute dog, whatever. I'm like, oh, cool. And they're like, do you mind if we walk with you? And I'm like, well, I guess it's all right. So then they walked with me like 45 minutes. I was just walking longer because I'd assumed they'd get tired of walking and they'd leave me alone. But they were just kept walking while I was walking, and they didn't leave. So, and then they ended up coming to my house. And then they showed me a DVD about the life of Joseph Smith. And then after that, they said, can we pray together? And then after that, they wanted to ask me why I'm not interested in going to the church and what's holding me back from having faith. And then we had this huge discussion about how faith is taking a leap of faith is having a leap of faith is just taking a chance on something that you don't know. But they're thinking that that's a good reason to have a leap of faith, where I'm thinking is like that's a stupid reason to have a leap of faith, right? Like you can have faith in something if there's more facts leaning towards it, not just because there's no facts, you might as well believe it, right? So that's just like, we had so many discussions, and I realized that they're young, so they haven't experienced life, and they've been trained in Utah, whatever, to do whatever they have to do. So they actually didn't know anything about any other religion. So I said, the only reason you're a Mormon is because you're from Utah and you were born into it. Like, what if I'm like, my dad is a Muslim. So if I read you a part of Quran that says the exact same thing, how can you say different? They're like, yeah, but that's not right. I'm like, but it says the exact same thing that Mormons do, or whatever. And like, what about when Moses did this and then whatever? And they're like, well, I'm sorry, I don't know about that. I'm like, and they didn't know now I can't even remember the Torah.
Yeah.
They didn't know what the Torah was.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, how could you be religious? I know you're not that religion, but you should know or heard the word
Yeah.
Torah
It's
or
in the
Quran or
Bible,
something.
you know.
Yeah. But they didn't know anything about it. And I was like, okay. And then, like, they had no idea about any other religion except what they were learning in the Book of
Yeah.
Mormon. So I'm like, if you don't know more than the Book of Mormon, then if you had read all the books, you read the Quran, you read the Torah, you read, the Bible, you read the Book of Mormon, you read everything and compared and contrasted and Buddha and everything, and then learned about everything. And then, like, I'm going to take a faith in Mormonism because I think that one seems the best to me. I get it. But having a leap of faith or taking a leap of faith based on only reading that one book and not reading anything else is not taking a leap of faith. It's just laziness, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, I think religious people are cool if they can prove that they really want to be in that religion because they've tried different things. Like, if you're just born into something and you just believe it because you're born into it and not because you looked into it and researched it and compared it to other things, it's like you have to window shop. You know what I mean? Like, I've been to a Catholic church. I've been to this religion called Christadelphian. It's a very small Christian sect. I've been to the church with my friend with him. I've been to like a synagogue. I've been to a mosque, of course, and I've been to a Hindu temple, and like I've talked to different peoples of different religions, and I don't know everything about religion, but I've heard enough of each one to kind of get a grasp of what the main point of each religion is. And I actually respect people who are religious. I think that's great. I just don't think it's for everybody, and there's alternatives, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I'm a skeptical, cynical nihilist, and I have been from a very early age.
right. Yeah, like I don't want to bash religion at all because it's another thing. Science is also, you can believe it or you can't. I mean, it's more realistic because there's facts, but whatever. Like, you want to be creationist, whatever. But I just think that just blindly believing something is not to way. Even science, just blindly believing that must exist because Einstein said it's true. You know what I mean?
Sorry,
Like,
we've bored Ed.
off topic.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Ed.
Yeah. So anyway, my main point was none of those people are annoying that are at my door. The NHK guy was nice. The Jehovah's Witness I never met. The Soka guy are friendly. And the Mormon guys were a little persistent, but they're actually friendly and nice to me too. And I got to watch a free DVD, so I'm not going to complain.
I'm not quite sure whether I'd if people said, "Can we walk with you?" I would invite them home. I'd run a mile. But,
really? I'm okay. I don't mind. I like talking to people no matter what.
Yeah,
so
this is why my Facebook is just set to Facebook friends and not public.
Okay. I'm a YouTuber, so I talk to anybody. Anybody who will talk to me, I talk to. So
potential.
Okay, I'm gonna drink my last shot, right?
You can drink your last shot, and we shall wind up the show and see if we can stand up straight.
Wow, that was tougher than I thought. The first 7 shots, I think it was okay. It's the last 3 that really like messed me up a bit. But it was actually easier than I thought it would be. If it was like tequila, I'd be dead.
Oh,
but
I never thought of that.
Sake, it's okay. Actually, I was checking how much percentage this sake is. 17%.
Oh, God.
I think.
I know. I'm quite.
So it is pretty high. Yeah, I think it's 7.
Oh dear.
Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's 13. 13. Sorry, this is 13%. So not so bad. Same as wine, right?
I don't know what this means, but it says. Can anybody read that?
Oh man, if it's kanji, I have no clue.
No, it says
right now it's blurry anyway.
Something in kanji, and then 60%. I'm quite sure.
What?
That can't be right.
No, probably not.
No.
I don't think it's 60%. Yeah. Anyway, but at least I'm finished, and I did it. We finished 10 shots. Wow.
You can now walk. Maple can now take you for a walk.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But Maple was raping Kaide earlier for a while, so he's already kind of tired out. So he's like passed out there. So it shouldn't be that tough a walk. Should be all right.
You have to butt up Tokyo Drew when you're in Tokyo for drinks.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, Tokyo Drew. I saw your hub video, so I want to go to that hub, the new like decorated, like renovated hub that you went to. That sounds fun. So I wouldn't mind going there. So yeah, cool. Yeah.
Drink some
Drink water.
water.
I'm definitely gonna drink water. I need water because I don't want to take a chance. Like I'm gonna like fall on the ground because Maple is stronger than he looks. He's actually pretty tough when it comes to walking. So
There's a nice garden next to Tokyo Dome. I can't remember what Shirakaraga was. Something Shirakara Koen or something like that. Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
that's beside the point. I should like to thank my guest for joining us very much.
You're sweating, by the way, right? Holy shit! Oh my god! Wow.
It's just warm in this room. Honest.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna
Let's say
call
that.
my son and tell him to come on his own.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Thank you, audience, for watching. And
yes, thank you.
Next week we'll be a bit more sober.
How many people are watching? Can you see or you can't tell?
8 people. 8 people are watching at the moment. Yes.
All right, that's cool. It's nice having all 8 of you.
And all the people that I spammed this morning will probably watch the replay because
right. Okay.
8:30 Saturday night in Japan.
Well, those of you who watched it live, thanks for coming. 7 more people than I thought would show up to watch me, so that's good. That's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, people. We're going to end the broadcast, and we will see you next week. And next week we're having an Australian on the show, Chakotchi, she's called. So
a true Aussie. You're getting a true Aussie now. Nice.
She does translation. She was translating Japanese gaming for a Japanese gaming team. She was translating Rainbow Six, so that could be interesting. So,
okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
See you, folks.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yay. See ya.